We're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live from the GME studio, it's Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Are you an entrepreneur who has felt like you were all alone on your business adventure? Well, you're in the right place.
You know, being an entrepreneur can be lonely and challenging at times, looking for people to bounce ideas off of and get feedback.
Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs,
the show designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs just like you.
Keep watching for your dose of entrepreneurial fun with the Roving Reporters and, of course, Kim and Carrie.
As we like to say around here, buckle up, Buttercup.
Good morning, entrepreneurs, and welcome to show number 115. We're so glad you've joined us today. I am Kim White. I'm your host today, and I am joined by the findability queen herself, Denise Millet. Good morning, Denise.
Good morning, Kim. So glad to share the stage with you today.
Oh my goodness. I love that we're all like
blue and patterny today.
Springy or summery or something.
Something good, right? I have to say that it's hard not to dance to that intro. So I like always hopping around my chair, you know?
I agree.
So the last few shows, Kim, Adam Rothenberg, our wonderful producer, has had many confessions to share when he started the show. And I want to share one of my confessions today. When I started out in business, I thought I knew a lot. I thought I was ready for the business part. I knew how to manage money. I knew how to do all these things. And then when you get into it, you're like, you don't know what you don't know. And I so wish I had a place like this that could have shown me some different ideas and things to do, because there's so much noise out there and there's a lot of things you don't know if they're right or wrong. And, you know, I think we really try to share real stuff on this show. So I hope that anybody watching who's an entrepreneur, want to be an entrepreneur, or is trying different things on the side, I hope you can trust that we're really trying to show the real way entrepreneurship is with you. And, even if you think you know everything, it's really great to get ideas.
The more you know you don't know. That's actually the truth of it.
Exactly. And, you know, I was I don't know. I guess I knew everything. I was super smart, so I thought I knew everything. But
you are super smart, Denise. Let me make sure everybody does know that. You are brilliant. And so someone who is this brilliant learns that they didn't know something, I think that's an impressive confession. So
right.
Thank you for that.
Well, thank you for letting me share. So let's jump into our favorite place that we live is Entrepreneur Land.
I love Entrepreneur Land. It is the land we say we live in because we are business owners and entrepreneurs. Today's theme is clarity brings speed. I think whenever someone starts in business, or even if you've been in business a long time, you want everything to go faster than it does. And I think we don't understand, especially in the beginning, that getting clear about something actually brings speed. It's the chaos and the going in different directions, trying to go different directions at the same time. All of that slows you down. So I think getting clear makes things go faster, Denise.
I think so too. And you know, we talk about throwing the spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. And I think that that's a natural thing. If you had a brick and mortar store and you weren't exactly sure what would sell, you'd have a lot of different things to try to see what people were interested in. It's not quite as good online to do that. Knowing I came into entrepreneurship with a lot of skills, and I couldn't choose the one I wanted to talk to people about because I was so used to doing so many things. And it really is hard to develop an online business without that clarity of what's most important to you.
Well, and I think you have to also get clear about what you like. I think a lot of people do things only because they're good at it. And quite frankly, I think that kind of takes away the creativity and the brilliance sometimes, because you're very good at so many things, but you light up when you talk about the SEO things. And I love to see you light up like that. So
I guess I never looked in the mirror when I was talking. So, it didn't matter to me because I just talk a lot. So anyway. But listen, we're in this community, the Good Morning Entrepreneurs, My Sexy Business community. We do so many things, and we keep track of them because it's important to us to mark that we've done things when things get tough. It's good to look back and mark that you've done some good things, and you should take note of those because that keeps you going forward. So let's head into the GME Chronicles.
Thank you, Kim and team. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GME Chronicles. My name is Jill Olish, and we have some updates for you today, June 27th, 2025. The GME Chronicles is a celebration of moving the needle in our businesses, and we want to share these numbers out loud with you, not to show off, but to show what's possible when we come together in business. To catch you up, we had 4 Pilates classes with Kat. My Sexy Business held sessions for rounds 32 and 33 of Fire Up Mastermind, 2 sessions of Showtime Mastermind, and 1 session of Groundwork Brigade Mastermind. Adam posted a new interview with Alexis Michelle. Kat posted a new blog, The Power of Community in Your Fitness Journey, Fit Together, Stronger Forever. My Sexy Business went live with show number 113 of Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Be sure to subscribe to the My Sexy Business YouTube channel so you're never missing an upcoming show or new clip. New podcast episodes dropped. Go check them out. We had Sisters in Service with episode 200, Late Bloomer Living with episode 237, Buckets and Boom Gates with episode 105, 5 and 15 Interviews Leadership Series with episode 69, Mama Outspoken with episode 28, SEO Day with episode 3, and Bury It All with Call Me Adam with episode 14 in season 5. We want to celebrate out loud 200 episodes for the podcast Sisters in Service with Kat Corchado. Congratulations on reaching that milestone. On Clubhouse, Adam and Denise hosted the My Sexy Business Not Creepy Room on Wednesday, which currently has 1,280 members. And on Thursday, we held the 41st Walk and Talk with the community. You can connect with the Roving Reporters through the GME directory. Head over to mysexybusiness.com/GME and you can connect with everyone there. Last week's number of 21 brings our grand total to 6,647. Amazing things done collectively by this community in just 3 years and counting. We look forward to more updates coming up next week. If you are ready to join in on the fun around here, you can find us coming up at the Mama Outspoken Village Gathering with myself, the Age Agitators Club Gathering with Yvonne, Sticky Note Time Accountability, and save the date for the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit on July 16th. You can always join us where we're meeting in the community in places such as the Clubhouse audio app, Buckets and Boom Gates Studio, Groundwork Brigade Mastermind, the Walk and Talk, Kitchen to Kitchen, and wherever you're watching now, Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Be sure to check out our events page at mysexybusiness.com/events for upcoming events and more information. Back to you in the GME studio.
Amazing. We have to say cheers to everybody for making those numbers this month, this week.
Yeah, that is amazing. I'm very excited about all the things, watching everybody hit all the milestones. And we want to say next week we're going to have a fun thing for Kat's 200th episode, but just even hitting 200, Denise, that's a big deal.
After just doing my third, it's a big deal.
I love it. I love it.
Kim, we have Cindy Lou Miller's birthday to celebrate July 2nd. So we want to say happy birthday to Cindy Lou. We miss you. We haven't seen you in a while. And
Cindy Lou is from New Zealand. I just want to give this quick shout out. She is from New Zealand, but we've met here in the U.S. several times. And so I appreciate Cindy Lou and all that she shares with the world, because she is definitely someone who shares her brilliance with the world. So love you, Cindy Lou.
Right. And Kim, you are celebrating quite the milestone.
Oh my
200 days plant-based. How's that feel?
Out of 0, Denise.
Just
2,000 days. It is 2,000 days. And I am just blown away. June the 22nd was the day that we celebrated. And we did a little something that I want to give just a little teaser about. And that is, when we started plant-based, we did not know what we were doing, for sure. Sometimes there are days we still have no idea what we're doing. But we did it for health reasons, and it has definitely worked. My husband and I both have done this, and we've lost a lot of weight. We've gotten our health back. We feel like we are teenagers again, which is amazing. But we've been asked by the community to answer questions and to give recipes and things. And so because it's not really part of our business, we started something. On the 22nd, we started a YouTube channel that is just for plant-based questions. So my husband and I together batch cook every week. And it's something that we're doing, we're letting everyone into our kitchen to see what we do. You'll hear banter, you'll hear silliness. My husband doesn't have a shy bone in his body. So let me just say that out loud. Got a great laugh. He makes me laugh all the time. But I feel like it's something that, whether you're plant-based or something else, anything you can do for 2,000 days is pretty amazing. And that's 2,000 consecutive days, y'all. So we are just proud that we hit this milestone, and we want y'all to celebrate with us.
Congratulations, and thank you for that amazing news. I am so surprised. That's so awesome. I can't wait to watch.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I can't wait. I love Troy. And you've been so kind to have Kitchen to Kitchen on all these Saturday mornings. You've been sharing all your wisdom with us. So this is just a great extension of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Denise Millet.
And there's another person who shares her joy about health and wellness with us. And she wants to tell us this week, Kat Corchado, about how working out can help you as an entrepreneur. So let's head over to Kat's segment called Does Working Out Give You More Energy?
And I heard Chalene Johnson say to only work out on the days that you want more energy. How does moving give me more energy as an entrepreneur?
So when you're moving, when your muscles are working, when you are expending energy, and it sounds like a oxymoron. I'm tired, but you want me to work out. I truly get it. But what it does is it makes your muscles more efficient. And when your muscles are efficient, your metabolism skyrockets, your energy has no choice but to skyrocket. All of a sudden you wake up and you're like, whoa, I feel good today. And you think, why? Well, I worked out yesterday. Okay, let me try to work out 5 minutes today and see what happens. Now, there is such a thing as overdoing it. If you're brand new to fitness, once or twice a week, 5 or 10 minutes. If you've been working out for a while, switch your routine up. Really about your body. That's what exercise does to your body. It puts everything back where it's supposed to be. When you don't work out, your body's not working efficiently. You're having to work harder just sitting than you would if you were working out, and you're sitting up straight because you can, not because you're here. I think that when you work your body, whether it's 5 minutes or longer, that your body thanks you by giving you more energy, by making you feel better, by making you look better. Your heart's working better. Your limbs are working better. Your joints are feeling better. Your muscles are working. Your brain, everything is going 100 miles an hour, and it feels good.
Where would we be without Kat, Kim? We don't want to go there, right?
On the couch.
Absolutely. Huddled up in a corner in our offices going, no, I'm too tired. Anyway, we need to celebrate that Kat just finished her symposium and everybody has to go to Kat's YouTube channel and watch the replays of the Revitalize Your Midlife Symposium, because she had amazing guests, Kim included, talking about plant-based life. And it was absolutely amazing.
I'm wearing my purple shirt in honor of Kat and her symposium, because Kat is our purple girl, let me just say. But Kat has made such an impact on all of us, all of our health. And quite frankly, you can do business and do great business. And if you don't have your health, you cannot enjoy it. So Kat is really an influencer extraordinaire. And I appreciate the things I learned during the symposium.
Absolutely. That icon has a lot to share. I got to tell you that.
Yes, she does.
And Kim, I want to talk about a place that Kat and I are going to get to share coming up in July 16th at 11 a.m. Central. We're having our quarterly summit, the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit. And Kat and I are going to be leading the roundtable discussion this month. We're talking about leaders and the real reason entrepreneurs become entrepreneurs and some of the facets of how that story is unfolded for people. And we always have these great, rich discussions. So I hope everybody will join us.
I do too, Denise, and I think you two will do a fantabulous job. It's only a little over a couple weeks away, which is mind-blowing because it feels like we just did the last one. But when you guys are leading the round table, it's amazing. But people who haven't been yet, we want to make sure they know how to get there.
Yes.
The easy button is on our website at the top. We have the red strip at the top. We call that the easy button. You can click there and go straight to the information about the summit. But we also want to say you can join us for the after party. So there's also that. You can hang out with all the speakers afterwards. We also spend some time. It's a very fun event, but it does get spicy. And I will say there are conversations that you might not be able to find other places, because we're pretty open about the struggles and what it really looks like to be an entrepreneur.
Right. And if anybody can join us while we're on stage, we're going to be watching the comments and bringing whatever you want to bring into the conversation as well. So if you have that time, we'd love to have your thoughts and your answers to some of the things we're going to be talking about. So please join us. It's going to be YouTube, My Sexy Business website, LinkedIn, Facebook. It's going to be streamed too. So please join us.
Yes. Very exciting.
Yes, I am excited. I'm getting used to it. The first one was not as easy years ago, but it's kind of fun now. So I'm kind of excited about it.
I love watching you all learn things from each other I didn't know that.
We're all so smart. We're also not smart, but we're all kind of we share for real, which is kind of good. It's not pretend interviewing or anything like that. It's we're just hanging out, having a conversation. So it's kind of cool.
I love it.
But another exciting thing that we have in our midst all the time is the amazing Donna Bender. And I got to tell you, she just lights up my day. Most of the time I see her, everywhere I see her, And this week, she is asking us, what are you famous for in her surprise and delight marketing segment? Let's take a listen.
Hot dogs, get your hot dogs. Oh, hi, Kim and Carrie. This is Donna Bender coming to you today as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's surprise and delight marketing segment is on another wacky yet yummy holiday. Yes, that's right, folks. On July 19th, it is National Hot Dog Day. And I'm here to relish this day with you because hot dogs are a symbol of good times, from backyard barbecues to ball games. And, hot dogs also bring back a sense of nostalgia for me because my family moved to Oceanside, New York, where Nathan's Famous had established their second location. And I could still smell and taste those hot dogs with those big crinkled French fries. Here's a great entrepreneurial story. The original Nathan's Famous was opened in 1916 by a Polish immigrant, Nathan Handworker, who started a nickel hot dog stand on Coney Island with a $300 loan from two friends and his wife's secret spice recipe. Today, Nathan's is one of the world's most famous hot dogs in the world. So, in the spirit of fun and showing your clients appreciation, here's some gift ideas that could make their day. You could do a custom hot dog making kit. You can fill it in a cooler with Nathan's hot dogs and buns and some condiments and other accoutrements. And when the hot dogs are gone, they have a cooler with your brand on. This holiday, let's celebrate and show some love to the people who support us. Happy National Hot Dog Day, everybody. And let's catch up soon. Back to you at the GME studio.
I love Donna. She's so amazing. She shares so much joy and shows you that you can surprise people and you can really delight them with some of these ideas. And it helps strengthen your relationships with your customers and clients more than just sending a gift basket at the holiday times. So I just love her insights. It's amazing. And yeah, she just had her big show and tell show that just happened this past Tuesday. So everybody should head over to our YouTube channel to see the replays of the big show and tell, because Donna shares everything, all these wonderful, exciting things to bring joy to people. And it's just a phenomenal show.
It'll be to build your business and to get some giggles. Let me just say, there were sequins involved and there were costumes involved. So always remember, it's a good time.
Yeah, and if it's not a hot dog on her head, it's another hat, and it's yeah. Donna missed her calling, I think. So.
Oh, I think she's found it, Denise.
Well, she's found it, but she should have been on the stage from the start, I think is what should happen. So thank you, Donna. And we have our good friend, Yvonne Marchese, talking to us about fun and being playful and bringing joy into your life and changing things for you with her entrepreneurship later in life. And she's talking about shortcuts that make things take longer.
This is Yvonne Marchese, your resident age agitator, here to talk about later in life entrepreneurship. And today I have a clip that comes from a Late Bloomer Living episode. It's a conversation that I had with visibility strategist Donna Cravata of Donna Cravata Media Group. She's the founder of the Real 50 Over 50, which is a project that amplifies the voices of entrepreneurial women over the age of 50. Donna helps her clients get intentionally visible to the right people without chasing internet fame. Let's hear what she has to say.
There are a lot of opportunities to buy things of like, press this button and do 7 years of marketing in 12 seconds. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. When somebody else is building out these workflows in AI and selling them as, the greatest thing since sliced bread, there's two things that come to mind for me immediately. Are you a software engineer? Because if you're putting together these things and you're not a software engineer, you don't have this whole thing in place to keep up with how it's changing, how it's going to impact people. If it's going to give you the right information 3 months from now because the tools have changed. So, who are you buying these things from? And the other piece is, if somebody is setting up the parameters on the back end of what these tools can deliver to you, you're getting shortchanged. Because it may be faster, it may be more productive, it may give you some things that you don't want to figure out. But as owners of businesses, we need to make a commitment to learn these things.
Donna makes a great case for taking the time to learn the tools that you need to run your business. Don't be afraid of the technology. Get in there, wade around in it, and learn it, because it'll serve you in the long run. That's all for now. Back to you in the GME studio.
The inspirations and the great conversations that Yvonne has on her podcast are just, you can't find them anywhere else. I mean, you get snippets, but she really finds the people that have the real messages for real people, I have to say.
Agreed, Denise. And I love earlier this month, the first week of June, she actually celebrated her 5-year anniversary for the podcast. I think that's a big deal.
Yes, 5 years. Now that I've done episode 3, it is truly amazing to do 5 years of a podcast. And until you do it, you really don't understand what's involved. And I think it's just amazing. Yvonne's amazing. She shares so much with us, whether it's entrepreneurship or just having more comfort in midlife. I'm thrilled to be her friend. So
we love Yvonne Marchese.
Right. And we have our next entrepreneur, Mr. Adam Rothenberg, our producer, associate producer. He interviewed Jan Arden and asked a question of, do you know who you are this week, that I think we need to hear.
So hindsight definitely was 2020. Know who you are, be who you are, stand firm in that belief. No one is going to know you better than you. So
is that the truth, right? Nobody's going to know you better than you. And sometimes we are told so many things that we should believe from other people and about us, or judge us, or we think we should be. And you know who you are deep down. And I love that. Adam pulls these things out of people in his interviews that you just don't hear anywhere else. You know, he has an entertainment platform called callmeadam.com, where he shares all these interviews. And so if anybody wants to see more, which there are thousands of them out there now, head on over to the interviews on the upper menu on his homepage, and you'll just see them. They're just amazing.
There are so many of them. Like Kat and I decided weeks ago that it's easier to list the people he doesn't know than to list the ones he does, Denise.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He knows who he is. That's what I'm going to say.
Right. Oh, my. Okay. So thank you, Adam, for that. And thank you, Jan Arden, for your wisdom. We have to talk about a celebration as we're talking about milestones and the importance of slowing down to make progress. BBG, our Buckets and Boom Gates podcast, celebrated its 100th episode recently. Could you tell us about that, Kim?
I think it's a very important one for anyone who's an entrepreneur, because it is a confessing podcast. Let me just say that. But Buckets and Boom Gates affect your time, money, and bandwidth personally. And it talks about behind the scenes of entrepreneurs. But this particular one talked about celebrating, why to celebrate, and why to take the time to reflect. So I think actually it goes right along with the theme of the show this week. Getting clear about why you did whatever it is that you just had the milestone for, and making sure you're still on track for what you want, because it's easy to get off track and then your trajectory changes.
Right.
So this
Right.
podcast was very fun. It was Jill, Olish, and I, and we had a really good time, but it is about celebrating and what goes with that.
And in celebrating, you're in essence, pausing and taking stock. And I love that because it's very easy to blow that off and not recognize things as I've heard from other people. I can't say I've ever done that, but it has happened to people around me. So, anyway.
I love it. Well, you're tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs, and we're so glad you're with us today for show number 115. And today's theme is Clarity Brings Speed. We want to mention the GME directory. We want to make sure you can connect with all the roving reporters on the show. We are very proud of that. We do not have people who are not approachable, we'll call it. So if you head over to mysexybusiness.com and you scroll down to the tile that says Good Morning Entrepreneurs Show, it will take you to a whole section with the show and all the past episodes and all the things. But if you scroll down to the second big red button, it will be the Roving Reporters directory, and you can connect with everyone there. I think it's really important to say that, wherever you're watching right now, subscribe and follow, because we do this every week. This is a weekly live stream that all of the little sweet faces that were waving on that screen have invested their time into providing segments and doing the things. And I think that's something to be said out loud, how much we appreciate everyone that it takes to put this show on. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us in the other spaces, and keep in the know, as Adam would tell us.
That's right. And feel free to reach out to any one of us. We're happy to take your questions or explain something, whatever it is. That's why we're there. That's why we're waving. We really want to say hello. So anyway.
I love it. And thanks, Adam, for throwing up the YouTube slide too. It is My Sexy Business Team. That is who we are on YouTube. So, well, that's where we are, who we are all the time, really. But
And speaking of talking to us, we do get questions from entrepreneurs and people around us that they submit. And this week's question is, I hear so many experts giving advice of what to do in business, but they're saying different things. How do I know what I should do?
Ooh, this is a spicy question, and I'm going to give a spicy answer right out of the gate. I think when you're trying to learn something, you have to be very careful, because if you take advice from people who are giving generic advice, they're telling you that this works for every business, I think it's dangerous. And I want you guys to visualize your bathtub and the water going down the drain of your bathtub. That's what it's like when too many people are telling you different things to do. It's like that. You're swirling around and you're going to go down the drain. You've got to get specific advice for your business, the kind of business it is. You as the business owner need certain advice, because it does impact your success. If you get good advice or bad advice, it can have a very detrimental effect if you get bad advice. So Absolutely. That is my opinion, Denise.
And I'm going to say, I don't have a great metaphor, but I do have from experience things I wish I had done. So as you're trying to find answers and solutions to what to do next, or the steps you're going to take, or what fits for you, find answers. Don't take action on a plan until you've slept on it multiple days and you've gone back and looked at other things. Try not to just take one thing. that you think is going to work, try to give yourself some time to think it through, have coffee with it as we talk about, because some of the people that are saying these messages are so good at it, are so good at hooking you in and telling you what you want to hear. It's so easy to say, well, that's a solution. That's it.
Yeah.
And I wish there were times I wish I had stopped. Just like, you put stuff in your Amazon cart, don't buy right away. You got to sleep on it till you order it the next day, right? It's the same thing. That's my wisdom today.
I love it.
Anyway, oh, thank you, Kim. We have our next roving reporter, which near and dear to my heart is the amazing Jill Olish, speaking to mama entrepreneurs about getting through the overwhelm, which is something we all go through, whether you're a mama or not.
Thanks, Kim. When I first became an entrepreneur, it was overwhelming. And I'll tell you, it's most likely because I was also learning how to be a new mom. I had just had my son at the same time as deciding to start a new business. And yes, it was the right move. Yes, it was overwhelming. I was becoming a new version of me at the same time as learning completely new things. I have never learned about running a business before. I had to unlearn a lot in order to relearn new things. And sometimes the same things, just in a different way. That was hard. That can be overwhelming. That can be overwhelming when you have a child who won't sleep for their nap and you wanted to work. It could be overwhelming when you were meant to make dinner and it's just not working out because you ended up having something else to attend to real quick. Or like me, I got carried away in a lot of the work that I did and just let the day go by. So it can be a little overwhelming when we are first starting out, but there are ways to pull us out of that overwhelm that we just have to learn to implement as well. Have a community. I've learned how to figure out my priorities through sticky note time. I have learned to let go of the unnecessary pressure. Things that I tell myself have to be done by a certain time in a certain way, and let that go. Shift my expectations to at least just starting and getting something out. If you're just starting out, it's going to feel a little overwhelming, but I know because I've gotten past the overwhelm before and will continue to get past it, that you'll be able to do it too. Back to you in the Jamie studio.
Is she amazing?
She is definitely amazing.
All the things that she does, and then to bring the wisdom to the front for us all, because it's so true, is expectations, overwhelm happens to everybody. And when you're going through it, you think you are the only person in the world that has feelings like this. And, you can shift your expectations with things that you can do, whether it's going for a walk or managing your time or a calendar or, having some fun on a weeknight, whatever it is you need to do, you can do it too. And I think that Jill is just such a great example of that.
Well, I appreciate, Denise, her podcast where her and her husband, Bobby, talk about things that most people don't want to talk about. They want to hide the things, and they've been very open. It's the Mama Outspoken podcast, but it actually is hosted by Jill and Bobby.
Which is just to have that perspective of your husband through your parenting, having a child, running a business, life is pure gold that she shares that. And I applaud their courage and bravery for doing that. So please take a listen. You will be amazed. So
one of my favorite parts about the podcast is when Jill realizes something she didn't know and Bobby says it out loud. It's like, you don't want to miss those moments, I'll just tell you.
And they're so great together. I mean, just that they share this stuff and it's real. It's just so amazing. It's not made up. It's not scripted. It's just great. So where was this when we were young moms? That's
I
what I
know,
would say.
right?
I know. So we have our next segment called Military Minute, and it is hosted by Kat Corchado, and sponsored by the Sisters in Service podcast. And we want to hear what Kat has to say in her conversations about keeping it moving.
You have a phrase, Kat, that I love, which is keep it moving. What does that mean, and where did it come from?
That's a military word. It's a military. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Bring up the rear. Keep it moving is just, if you stand still too long, something's going to happen. So in the military, they say keep it moving, because if you stand still, you could get hurt. You always want to know your surroundings. So when you keep moving, you're always constantly scanning and looking. And I think that keep it moving is, especially in business, is understanding where you are and understanding where you want to go and seeing that vision so that you can keep it moving. If you don't have a vision of what it looks like, then how are you going to know when you're there? So you have to understand that maybe it's not right now. I want to go here. I want to do this. You're like, okay, that's my vision. That's where I'm shooting for, is to get to that point. And then by the time you get to that point, you have another vision of where you want to go. And I think that's how you build tenacity, but I think that's also how you build your business. It's keep it moving.
I love that one so much.
200 episodes of that wisdom, of that person's wisdom.
I'm gonna do her. Well, I'm gonna probably butcher it, but her theme song should be "I like to move it."
She's down in the green room like, oh no, here we go. They're going to start singing about me. I don't like it. If I could sing, I would. But she's dancing. I love it. And listen, you know what? That is it. It rolls into our theme today, because clarity. You keep it moving, but you're always looking around you. You're always trying to understand what the next move is or where you're going. So, you know, it keeps to the forefront what your purpose is and what you're doing by doing that. Instead of being stagnant and sitting still and hoping and praying and wishing, you're actually doing. And that's super important.
Well, I will tell you, I will give an example of Kat keeping things moving. And this is something that's important to me, because when I started out in business, I had a big struggle with website and techie stuff. And Kat is part of our website royalty group. It's part of our community. And Kat always amazes me. And Denise, you and I both have laughed about this, that we show Kat how to do something, and then she can come back, like it feels like a week later, and she can teach somebody else how to do it, because she really does understand it. But she hadn't been shown it maybe before. Maybe that's the best way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
So website royalty is part of our big community. It is a piece of our community that we actually help support people who are on this entrepreneurial journey for website things, we'll just say. And we just want to make a mention of it. This is absolutely a commercial. It's absolutely a plug for it, because we want you to know it's available. It's a part of our community that we're very proud of. It is a paid community unless you use our affiliate link for Kajabi, which is our favorite platform. I went from raving fan to raving affiliate. And we love that, you know, not only me, but the team can help you get past those stuck places for website things, build strategically your business online. And we just want to make mention of it. If you do want a 30-day free trial, You can go to our website, and it is under website royalty from the front page to this page. We just want to throw that out there, and we can move on quickly to our next amazing human, who is the queen of findability and the queen of all things tech, I'm just gonna say. But we just wanted to throw that plug in there really quickly. But our sweet Denise Millet is the findability queen, and she talks about findability being the first step of SEO. And I think this question this week that you're answering is like very, very sexy, Denise. Do I need to pay to be at the top of search? Ads all the time at the top of the search engines. Why do I not need to be up there for everybody to find me?
Sponsored results are things that the search engine has put at the top. They've been paid when certain words are typed in to present those ads. So there's always going to be a certain number of ads at the top. Everything that comes in below that is called organic results, which is the result of them going out to the internet and collecting everything into their catalog, right? Search engine optimization, people really want to be at the top because there's this theory that we have short attention spans, and we're always going to click on the first or the second thing. And what I believe and what I've heard is that people scroll. They look through as many results to try to find something that fits what they're looking for, because you don't often get the exact thing you need at the very top. Especially if you didn't put a lot of words in, it's not that specific. You're going to look through the list. And often when small businesses are trying to find educational things, they're going to look and see something that fits what their language is, what they want. So I don't think it's as easy as saying number 1 or number 2 spot is the only ones that get clicked.
Brilliant. I say brilliant.
I'm getting used to that word, but thank you very much. Listen, it's true though. You know, like they want you to believe that you have to do this because they want to sell you services to get you there if they can. And, you know.
So can I giggle and tell you, Denise Millet, that I just checked yesterday our stats for our website, and we set a new record following your advice. So we've set multiple records and we keep busting through them. And I'm very excited to tell you that we have hit a brand new number that we hadn't seen before. And so I think that this is proof of what you're saying. We do not pay for, you know, advertising to be at the top. We do not land at the top of everything that everyone searches. We don't. But we are getting such huge numbers of people that are finding us based on the advice you're giving. I think it's a testament. Adam Rothenberg also gets huge numbers. He's had over 2 million. He's had 2 million visitors in the last couple of years. I have to make sure I'm saying this right. That he has served entertainment to. And I think that's a testament to his doing or applying what you've been teaching. So I appreciate that. But Denise, can I tell a secret that I'm super proud of a new title I have?
Absolutely. I love secrets.
So this is something that we've only been able to share like very recently, we'll just say, but I have a new title and I want to make sure everybody knows what my new title is. I am the official, not the unofficial, but the official mailbag keeper for the findability queen herself on the new podcast that she just started. And Denise, I am so proud of you for going all in on this, because SEO Day podcast is a testament to your brilliance being shared into the world. We actually pull, you know, questions out of the mailbag and you answer them on the podcast. And it's a very short and sweet, I'll call it, podcast. But amazing results can come from following these things that you're answering the questions to. So I'm very proud of you.
Well, thank you, Kim. And I appreciate you doing the podcast with me and helping me with it in the sense that, we've done a lot of things together. We've done interviews, we've done webinars, and alone, we've done a lot of things to try to bring SEO to everybody because that's what my mission is. But what's cool about the podcast and the mailbag is that we really are getting what questions people have. It's one thing to push things out that you think people might need, which is awesome, but then it's really great to hear what they really want to ask. And so that's very exciting for me because that means that I'm kind of really helping one at a time many people, which I love that you're doing with me. And it's a short time. We try not to drone on about anything. We're not really here to pontificate about anything. We're really just about trying to help, and I love it. Thank you.
10 to 15 minutes is about what the podcast is. And I will say, Denise, you're not trying, you're just succeeding at it. So let me just correct that because you're not kind of helping people. You are truly helping people.
And we just want people to work on their SEO, take the time while you're listening, that 10, 15 minutes every Tuesday, and incorporate it in your calendar because it's, not something that everybody does regularly. And if you do, like Adam or My Sexy Business, you're going to see results. So my commercial for myself is over. My podcast is over. Oh my goodness. Isn't that terrible?
No, it's awesome because here's the thing. You're not out there trying to serve up something that people don't need. You are serving something they desperately need. And I think that's very sexy when you can be the solution for so many people. So
thank you, Kim.
Join us Tuesdays.
Tuesdays it drops. Okay, so one of my favorite segments we do every week is we're going to head over to Princess Speak, which is sponsored by the My Sexy Business team and community. It's a segment about the simple business language for entrepreneurs that our community uses and business owners use every day. And let's head into Princess Speak.
Today's Princess Speak word is waffling. If you haven't heard this used, I will describe this and you probably will recognize it immediately. When someone says, "Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, no, wait, I think I'll do this instead. Oh, no, wait, I think I'll go over here. Oh, wait, no, I'm going to go over here instead." Waffling is not being clear. Waffling is you're going to do something and you change your mind constantly because you're not clear enough to know the advantage of being down the path that you need to go down. You are waffling when our question of the week earlier about experts, you waffle when a new expert comes in and tells you something. So suddenly you change your direction and then somebody else says something and you go that direction. So waffling is going back and forth on something that you need to be clear about first so there can be no waffling in your business.
Exactly. And because you're new at something, you're looking for feedback all the time on what you're doing. And sometimes if you don't get it, you think, "Oh, I'm wrong. I got to go somewhere else, or I got to try something else." And I think by allowing yourself to test the waters more and be patient and think and have coffee and not press the buy button on the Amazon cart and just give yourself some time, you can avoid waffling because then you get a real opportunity because things take time. They don't happen overnight. And I think sometimes when we do these things, because it's so new, that's our impulse is to instantly know if we're doing it right. And sometimes it's hard to know. So you have to be patient. And I can't say that that's always my forte. So.
Well, I agree with both Denise and Kim. And I think when I think of waffling, I feel like I'm being pulled in two different directions and I don't know what direction to go in. So when that happens, I kind of put it on the shelf and I kind of step back and I leave it alone. and I might pick it up, or look at it. And normally when I do that, I keep going to one side or the other, but I don't make a decision. Kind of like the Amazon cart, Denise. I do the same exact thing. I pile it up and I'm like, okay, I'm done. It's like window shopping. But I do that about 2 or 3 times. And then by the third time, I'm like, okay, I really know I want to go here. And it's more for me, the waffling ends when that gut instinct kicks in and says, this is the correct way for you to go.
When I think of waffling, I think of the song by Blondie, One Way or the Other. I'm gonna. But I will say, I sometimes waffle. There is something, particularly right now, that I'm waffling about in my business. And I don't know if I should admit this on air, but I'm all about confessions. So I will just say I am in the process of considering whether I'm going to move my podcast platform from one service to another, and I'm trying to weigh out the advantages and disadvantages, and I go back and forth as to what I want to do. So it is definitely something that I am in the process of.
Let me add this, Adam, too, because I don't know that that's waffling as much as trying to make a wise decision. I think you are doing very well at counting the cost of either. So I want to say that out loud. I think sometimes waffling is looking for approval too. We're not confident in our path that we're on. We're not clear about it. And I think that also causes trouble for, asking all the time, what do you think? Like Denise was talking about feedback. I think that comes with wanting approval from someone because we're scared sometimes in business. But the confidence is, I'm going to make my own path. I'm going to blaze a trail. I'm going to be wise in my decisions, what platform to use for my podcast, whatever it is. Consider those things. But true waffling comes when you're blown by everything, like the wind. You're blown by everything that comes along. You're always looking for the latest and greatest, whatever it is. You think this must be the magic pill that does the thing. And since we're talking waffling, and I'm thinking I really want a big old fat waffle right now. I'm just saying.
I'm sitting here thinking the same thing.
I think when you think about waffling, we don't want to do the effort to lose weight, or we don't want to do the effort to work out. It's kind of the same thing. I just want the magic pill. I just want that thing. And waffling can be that way in business. I just want that magic thing that solves all the problems, and I don't have to learn how to take care of my money. I don't have to learn how to take care of my business. I don't have to learn these things. I just want to be able to do it or give it to somebody else and they do it. So the same way that Kat will not let me trade off my, workouts to someone else. I can't delegate it. I think this is an instance in business. That's a waffling act, is wanting to delegate things that you don't understand. You need to learn and be clear, because it does bring speed, which is the theme of the show. So that's our 2 cents worth, and we just really want waffles.
Yeah, butter, syrup, little whipped cream.
Well, we just want to tell you, wonderful watcher, that we appreciate you being here with us every week. We appreciate you spreading the word about Good Morning Entrepreneurs, and for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. We want you to have success. We want you to have ideas and inspiration so that you can be the best business owner possible. And we hope that we have inspired you this week. We'll see you next week, and we love y'all.
Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central. This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.